and how it feels for the body to do it. You want the body to be able to accept that technique easier, because then your body will say, okay, I can do this. If you have to fight it too much, a lot of times what happens is you end up getting hurt because the body doesn't really want to do that. So there's always a way to do that.
So, how important is technique?
The most important.
The most.
Yes.
Is it for...
Everyone can lift lightweight with horrible technique.
Yep.
When it comes out to a max effort, bad technique will get you hurt or a mislift, or both.
Is it for result or for injuries? Like
Both.
Avoiding? Yes.
It's both.
So, let's talk about mindset.
Sure.
This is actually my favorite topic.
So we got to be like Zahir, kill, kill, kill.
Yep.
Zahir from OB.
It's focused. Like almost every sport you do, let's say it's football.
Yes.
American football, of course.
Of course.
Let's say
what else?
Any type of fighting.
Yes.
Baseball, running. When you do that exercise, that sport, you don't do it in a passive way, do you?
No.
No, it's extremely ballistic and hard and violent. So when you lift, concentrate on being explosive, get as tight as you can, and make the weight move. You're not there to see, let me see how it feels. No. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's too late. So, and you know what? Mindset isn't a kill, kill, kill. It's not really that. It's a confidence over time. And the only way to get that confidence is by doing it the right way over a period of time. Then if you keep doing it the right way over and over, it reinforces in your brain something extremely positive. So you always go up to that bar knowing I can get it.
That's another thing we talked about yesterday about squats. Like you said, some of us we feel it too much before we're doing the squats.
Yeah. You're like going down and you could see the hamster in your brain running around in that circle.
Yes.
And of you thinking, okay,
can I do this?
How's it going to feel? How's it going to feel?
Yes.
And then you push up a little bit and it's like, okay, I'll try it. Well,
Yes.
it's how many people that actually do something say, oh, I tried it, that fail. 100% of the people say, I tried the diet. I tried to do this. I tried to do that. They all didn't try. They pretended to try. So your attempt has to be, I want to do this, not I want to try this. That's the positive mental attitude right from the get-go.
Did you work a lot on your mindset?
No.
No.
I never had to. Because I started at a young age where I started doing it right at a young age and got more and more confident as I went along by doing it right. If you go in the gym and let's say your technique is bad or your routine is bad, you're going to reinforce something that's not very positive in your mind all the time. So what attitude are you going to have? What's your mindset? Pretty horrible.
Yeah.
You're setting yourself up for failure already. So set yourself up to win, to succeed by doing it right all the time.
All right. Do you ever hit the gym or lifting weights without a plan, or do you always have a plan?
I have to have a plan. Being
Yes.
a power lifter for so many years, I can't just go in the gym and blindly work out. There has to be a little something, some type of goal behind it, even if it's a little goal.
All right. So when you were competitive, did you do some cardio, fasted cardio maybe?
No.
No.
Fasted cardio.
So how did you burn fat?
I walk by the cardio machines fast, if that's what you mean.
By it.
How did I burn fat? Well, when you're young and you work out really, really hard, that would be what Charles Poliquin says, is you have to earn your carbs.
Yes.
And in the off season, I would just speed up and take less time in between sets. So I would get my conditioning that way.
All right. And that's all.
That's all.
All right. How important is genetics for powerlifting?
Well, here's what it is. Like, I have long arms, so I shouldn't be. My deadlift should be great, but I shouldn't have a good bench press. Well, I had in a full meet with 2-hour weigh-ins in the IPF meet, I had a 247.5 bench press at 100 kilos. So that's not too bad. It's finding the right spot, the right technique, the right grip width that's going to suit you. That's as simple as that. And then you train that and figure out your weaknesses and never stop and make a little bit of progress on every single exercise. You know, if you only get strong in the squat, bench, and deadlift, but don't get strong in a shoulder press, a bent over row, a stiff leg deadlift, a pause squat, a close grip bench press, and all these other exercises, there's a weakness there.
Yes.
But if you get strong in those exercises all across the year, you negate that weakness. It's not there anymore. Now here's the tricky thing is, in my mind, which is always sick and twisted anyways, but I think your weaknesses that you're born with are always going to be your weaknesses.
Oh.
You can get them stronger and build them closer to your strength, but they're always going to be a weakness.
So, before doing this podcast, we asked our followers for questions.
Yeah.
And,
Uh-oh.
Here it comes. And one person had one question about doping and
Yeah.
anabolic steroids. What do you think about it? Is it cheating or is it just
It all depends where you
necessary
go.
for
There's,
sport?
you know what? There's so many different federations now.
Yes.
You can go you go where you want and do what you want. So, and you know, the mindset now is different than it was before.
Yes.
Before it was just try to pass a drug test, and obviously I didn't study a couple times because I failed, and that's on me. That's my own fault. 21 years ago, sorry I did it. Get on with my life. I'm a different person now. Pretty simple. Some people don't want you to do that. They want to keep bringing up the past, and
Yep.
and that's okay if they want to think that way. That's perfectly fine with me. I can't please everyone, but I can tell you one thing: if I saw you in the gym and you needed help, I'd be the first one to help you.
Oh.
So I don't really judge anyone on that because everyone is human and they all make mistakes,
Yes.
and I'm human too. Like I said, there's so many different federations where you can go now
Yes.
and choose whatever you want to choose. I know, so, you know what, I go to Australia a couple times a year, and the GPC Federation is the most popular over there. In one competition, just in Australia, had 100 and something women where they had to have their own nationals one year because they had so many women. And I guarantee you, very few, if any of them, were juiced up, so to speak. They were just women that want to have fun, that want to, they say, okay, they powerlift in the gym, but they don't do it as for powerlifting. They do it, I want my legs to feel tighter, I want my butt to plump up, I want to feel a little more muscle, and they get in shape that way, and then they say, let's go in and meet for fun. That I'd say about 99% of the people that powerlift in whatever federation are never going to go to a nationals or a worlds internationally or anything like that. They compete because it's fun. So
Yes.
the federation has to make it fun. You can't be inclusive and too restrictive on where they go or what they do unless it's in violation of your core beliefs. But
Yes.
but that's like, you know, you can only train at this gym and you can't train at this gym and blah, blah, blah. Well, don't you have freedom of thought? You know what? You're not gonna walk in a gym if you're a juicer and all of a sudden say, well, this gym is just strictly this federation. I'm never gonna do this again. Or you're not gonna walk in a gym as someone who is from a federation that tests and says we're drug-free, or we try to be drug-free at least, and all of a sudden start juicing. No, it's people can think and do whatever they want. That's called a free society and a free country. I'm against that, but
Yeah.
I'm all for being strict judging and doping if that's what you want to do, the way it is. I have no problems with anybody doing anything. I just don't want to. I just can't judge anyone too much nowadays because you know what? I'm a different guy than I was then. I would be hypocritical if I did anything like that.
Do you think it's necessary to be the best in every sport?
No.
No.
I think it's necessary to be the best that you can possibly be. And that's it. I never set out to lift a certain amount of weight or set world records or to win world championships. I set out and programmed my training to get better and better and better every year by little inches. So if you last I lasted 28 years competing. So a lot of inches, a few inches over 28 years, a bunch of times, adds up to a couple miles. You know, so you end up way better than you ever thought. And that's the goal.
Is there anything in powerlifting, general, competition or politics that makes you mad?
A lot of politics is stupid, especially when the lifters just want to have fun.
Yes.
So some of that can get pretty bad and a little bit petty. I've had a lot of it directed on me over the years. Some of it may be justified if that's the way you feel, but to be nasty and mean and to hold someone responsible for something from when they were a lot younger and made a couple mistakes, no, I don't think that's right at all, because I wouldn't do that to anyone either. You know, just because someone did something that you don't agree with, even in personal life, 20-something years ago, just say hi to them and give them a chance. I just try to be nice to everybody, and that usually goes a long way.
Yes.
And I'll help anyone there is. You know, if I'm not your cup of tea, or if you meet me and you think I'm an idiot, that's one thing. But if you never met me, but you try to say all this personal stuff. Now, if you got a problem with me after 21 years and I don't have a problem with you, I think you have a problem. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, and so it's just like, geez, get over it, be nice. I'm sure there's plenty of other things in life you can pick on rather than me.
Good answer. So nowadays there are so many different federations. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
It's good to have some different federations,
Yes.
but it's bad to have so many of them. Because so many of them, you can watch some squats and other lifts, and they're just horrible. And I'm sorry, you shouldn't, you know, like the all-time world records. If I can be perfectly honest, I think they're a bunch of bullshit. Because how can you compare someone in like the IPF raw division to someone else from another federation that uses a monolift, that has a 24-hour weighing, that has no doping control, and the judging is horrible?
Yes.
So that, and then there's a happy medium in between. But you can't lump everyone into the same. They should each have their own world records, and that's it. The all-time world records, I think, are stupid.
Yeah.
The only guys that say it's not stupid are the guys that have them.
Of course.
But as long as
They have to.
as long as you don't lump everyone into one of their own things, you know, in the one big group, you can't compare everyone. You can't compare an all-time world record and say, well, he did it in this federation with equipment, and he didn't wear equipment. You know, they start doing stupid shit like that, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Just be happy, and if that's a goal of yours, and you succeed and you got stronger, well, then that's great. I'm not knocking. I'll never knock a lifter. I'll never talk bad about a lifter, because I think all lifters are fantastic.
Awesome. So, what you do when you don't work out or coach other people? And
My girlfriend just abuses the heck out of me. Yeah, she's brutal. She's a Scandinavian, probably that's why.
probably.
A Viking. No, I'm online a lot, and I help a lot of people.
Online?
I do
Yes.
a bunch of traveling because I like doing the workshops. It gets me away from her, where I'm safe, usually. And no, it's just a lot of fun. I enjoy being around people. You saw how it was yesterday. All you guys are my friends now. It's that easy. I'm just one of the guys. It's just like I said. This is what I know. I'm good at it. And when you get people to trust you with their money and with their time, you give it your all to make them better. And then at the end of the day, who makes out in the long run? We all do, because I really love making people better. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of satisfaction in that. And rather than saying, oh, you need to take double the pre-workout and spend this amount of money on these supplements and
More
some of
fat
this crap.
burners.
Yeah. Instead of correcting your technique and the way you train, which is really the problem, which will last longer and save you a lot of injuries and headaches, it's well worth it. Because here's usually the problem is, it's all in how you pick your numbers. That's why a lot of routines can work. And you'll have someone